Hello everyone, that's the end of the first season of the Chainsaw Man anime. Let's check it out now. The first series begins with an acquaintance with the main character named Densdy. He walks down the street and counts his debts, and also thinks where else you can earn money, for example. They give 300,000 for the destruction of a demon. So Gage starts his saw in the form of a dog and cuts the monster, after which he reports to the owner and gets the salary in the amount of 70 pieces. This is after deducting all interest after hunting. We are given to understand that the dandy pays for his father's debts, although he himself never borrowed. And just to have fun, the driver offers the kid a cigarette for 100. The main character fulfills the request. But after the jerk leaves, he takes the cigarette back and offers to rest his pet to live on this money for the next 3 days. From the flashback, it becomes clear that the main character met his demon pet as a child, after which they became best friends before going to bed. The owner comes to Denji and forces the kid to work, brings him to the warehouse, and tells him that he and his gang began to serve a zombie demon. As a result, they kill the main character and throw him into the trash can. The still living heart of the kid helps Pochita merge with the main character and survive, but provided that he fulfills all his dreams. All this crap pisses the guys off, and he acquires a new look of a Chainsaw Man easily. Deals with all the zombies and finally takes out the demon himself, of course. Shows all this mess here I will not, since YouTube does not like it. After a tough fight, the dandy loses strength and notices how some girl arrives at the warehouse. She turns out to be a demon hunter and offers the kid to work for her, to which he agrees since there are no other options, especially since a girl offers him a job and not some bearded man, and the guy has long dreamed of hugging and kissing any girl. This is his dream on the way. A girl named Makima explains to Denzi that from now on he is her dog and must obey all orders, otherwise he is finished. The guys order food and the main character explains to the girl exactly how he became like this. She also claims that such cases are very rare, so much so that it doesn't even have a name. A little later, they still wait for food, and the guy asks the girl to feed him, after which he asks what kind of guys she likes. Makima replies that they are like him. In the office of the demon hunters, the main character gets his work uniform and gets acquainted with his partner, Hayakova Aki, after which they go on patrol there. The dandies ask questions Aki about poppies, which is why they get chowder and go to rest in a land. Aki explains that there is no place for people like him in the bureau. The main character does not like it, and therefore he attacks the backs and beats the balls off the kid as a result. Makima enlists the hero in the Haikakawa squad, and from now on, they will live and work together. At the hut, the blonde makes himself a toast with a lot of jam, as he has been dreaming about it for a long time, takes a bath, sleeps on the push, and bothers Aki. The next day, the temporary partners receive an order on the floor of the demon Denjai and kills him with one blow of an axe, as he is allegedly afraid to hurt them because of his saw. Oyakawa also explains that they should not be pitied because they do not care about people. One of the demons in the past killed his family, and therefore Aki decided to become a hunter. But in fact, Denzi did it so as not to splatter the magazines. And a little later, he began to think about the motivation the police want to protect people. Oyakawa to take revenge. He doesn't understand anything about Makima, and the main character just wants to rub his chest. That's all. In the evening, Maki gives the main character a permanent partner of a half-demon of blood named Power. It is immediately clear that she is not like that, because just smelling a demon, she jumps right off the roof, creates a hammer, and deals with the monster without any preparation plans and other things, although sometimes an unexpected action is the most effective. Makima chastises the guy, saying that you can sit down for this to jail and fly out of work. The half-demon immediately throws off all the problems on the kid. Allegedly, he is to blame for everything and forced her to kill them. Monster during the break. Denji offers Power to find a common language, but she refuses. Justifies this by saying that she loves only cats and hates people, and one of the monsters stole her cat, which she cared so much about. And then Densdy receives an offer if he saves the cat. Then Power will let him touch his chest. This immediately ignites the hero, and they go in search of the cat. On the same day, Makima reports to the management and tells Aki why our guy is so important to the bureau. He can turn into a chainsaw that people are afraid of. And the more people are afraid of something, the stronger the demon. But there is a catch that we will soon find out about. On the way to the monster, the power gives the Denji knocks out and brings the body to the bat demon. He tastes the kid and realizes that it's not fucking tasty. And after the monster eats the cat and Power, our hero, in hoping to save his girlfriend. He attacks the bat, turns into a chainsaw, cuts off his hand, after which they both exchange blows during which the main character saves people from death. The stronger the monster's fear was, the more he lost blood, the stronger the Chainsaw Man became. This helped him win and get rid of the demon forever. Denzi saves his girlfriend and the cat in the cage, accepts apologies and rejoices at the approach to his dream because of this. He does not notice the attack of a new leech demon. She offers the kid to escape, but he refuses and accepts the fight due to blood loss and the expenditure of strength. Dendy cannot fully release his saws, and therefore he has to fight with a monster in a weakened state. But it's still more important to touch the chest. The main character has enough strength to give a small rebuff to the leech. However, this is still not enough, and the boy finds himself trapped. A squad of hunters who arrived on time saves the hero. Aki used the connection with his fox demon. It turns out that every hunter signs a contract with a monster and sacrifices part of his flesh, for which they help people destroy their own kind. After questioning and discussing the situation, Kayakova goes to Makimai and reports on what happened. She seems to be quite happy with the situation, but still doubts Aki's story. The next day, he washes his face, brushes his teeth, prepares breakfast, and goes out on the balcony to read a newspaper and get some fresh air, and when it comes to lunch, Power comes to them, who from that moment is obliged to live with the guys. She does not eat normal food, does not wash off after herself, and does not wash. Yes, he does not forget about the promise and offers the main character to paw them in the toilet, which he does not refuse because this is his dream. He paws and is horrified because this is all his wish fulfilled. What is he living for now? But Makima helps him to sort himself out, she explained. That it does not matter to break his chest. It is important to feel a person, to feel his bites, touch, smell. And after that, she gives her breasts a pat, which returns the desire to live to Denzi. And to make his life even more fun, Makima offers the main character a deal. If he kills the demon with a gunshot, then she will do anything her heart desires, even make love to him. On the same day, 6 hunters, including Denji and Power, receive a task to eliminate a monster in one hotel. His trail just leads to the same gunshot, so this goal is extremely important. By the way, it is worth understanding that this monster is to blame for the death of the family and many hunters, with whom the girl with the eye patch worked at the same time, and therefore for their task of destroying the cannon is paramount. Upon arrival at the hotel, Jimina suggests that Denji find and kill the monster for a passionate kiss. He lights up with this idea and goes in search of the creature, but the whole team stumbles upon only the usual crap that Power deals with in a second, and that's where their adventures end because the whole team gets stuck in time on the 8th floor. You can't go down and up out of the window too, so they just have to wait and look for a solution. The grubs also remain completely. Not everyone gets tired enough and tries to brighten up their time. Denji goes to bed in another person too. Power dreams of a Nobel Prize. Jimena reflects on the past, and Hoyakawa tries to find a way out, but finds only a grown demon who is trying to conclude a contract with hunters, under the terms of which they need to sacrifice the main character, and then he will release them. By the way, contracts in this universe have a significant force. If both parties conclude a contract, then they're obliged to fulfill it. Otherwise, the one who turns out to be a liar dies. For a whole series, the guys tried to figure out what to do with the Demon of Eternity, because it can't be defeated because all the torn parts grow back again. A small girl and another newcomer are already ready to kill Denzi to get out of this mess, and Jimina even agrees with this. And Koyakova is against such a turn because he is sure that it is the Chainsaw Man who will help. He has to defeat an old enemy of the Demon of Firearms. Plus, no one understands why the monster wants to get rid of the guy. The main character gets into all this situation and understands that the only way to defeat the monster is to make him suffer so that he himself begs for mercy. And you know he does it. For 3 whole days, a guy in the form of a saw cuts and shred eternity, because of which she simply can't stand frees her heart and orders herself to be killed. So how to endure such pain is already impossible. After the victory, they go to celebrate and get drunk. And in the evening, Makima joins them. She arranges a bet with Aki, who will drink more as a result. Oyakawa loses and Miki witnesses a vomit kiss between a dandy and Himeno. At night, everyone goes to their homes. Except for a drunken couple, the chemist drags the dandy to himself, where he offers him to make love. The main character refuses, so wants to be faithful only to Makima in the morning. Jimena offers the boy to become friends. He tries to bring her to Eiki, and she and Maki, this option suits the boy. On the same day, the red-hired woman goes to Kyoto to discuss the hunter affairs, but the whole train turns out to be filled with Yakuza, who eliminates Maki at the right moment. The same thing happens to all the detachments in Tokyo. Most of them are killed, and now it's time for the main group of dandy Aki Power Jimena. Next to them sits a man who appears to be the grandson of the Yakuza himself from the beginning of the anime, to whom the main character had to make money. He says that the gunshot wants the death of the hero, and therefore shoots him right in the forehead, after which Power beats the man. Then Hoyakawa feeds him to his fox, and everything would be fine if this man did not turn out to be a katana demon. He cuts the fox and engages in battle with Aki, who exposes his blade, which is actually a demon curse, and for using it, the kid pays with his life by piercing him 3 times. Aki should have won if not for the girl who arrived. She somehow manages to revive the katana and continue the fight. To save her lover from death, Jimena sacrifices her entire body to summon the demon ghost. She seems to be helping the guys, but the girl who arrived calls the snake and tears off the creature's head, and chemistry disappears from this world. In short, as it turned out, the dandy is immortal due to the fact that his heart was replaced by a dead one, and therefore he gets up, turns into a chainsaw, and takes a fight with a katana. They seem to fight on equal terms and exchange blows. Everything goes as if okay, but our hero lacks combat experience, and therefore he is cut in half. The villains take the upper part of the body and carry it away. We are immediately transferred to the train in which Makima was allegedly killed. There are so many unexpected turns in the last arch that you just get used to them, and therefore the survivors of Maka are not surprised in any way. In Kyoto, she is met by hunters and helped to prepare a ritual that will help get rid of the Yakuza attacking the detachments from Tokyo. For this, she needs life prisoners in a temple. She blindfolds everyone, including her henchmen, and proceeds to the ritual, asking to call the names of the right people as prisoners and tearing to shreds those who are guilty of the death of hunters. Katana and Sabatari realize that it didn't work out to kill Makina, and very soon their whole plan will fail. This means that now is the time to go, but then Kobeni interferes in their affairs. Last time she looked like a coward, and now she looks exactly the same. However, this does not prevent her from dodging the snake so that she can chop off Kotane's hand and force them to retreat, leaving the body of the dandy with her. Finally, it's over. Maki is investigating all these crimes. Aki is recovering from injury and realizes that now he will never be able to look Himeno in the eye. And Dandy Power begins to learn from the strongest hunter, Kishibe, from the very beginning. He checks them and breaks their necks, and then offers his own training option in which he will hunt a couple until they can defeat him. On the very first day, the master eliminates the half-demons in just a few strokes with an ordinary knife and goes to thump on, so a few days pass until the guys fail to injure their mentor, and their training ends there. The half-demons have become stronger and faster, from which their skills have increased several times. Hunters from Kyoto explain the whole situation to Hoyakawa. It turns out now the fox demon does not respond to his call, so he needs to find a new contract for himself, and for this they come to the monster prison there. His choice falls on the demon of the future. According to the conditions, he must settle in the Eye of Aki. By the way, an interesting conversation takes place between Kizibo and Makima, during which we are given a hint that our beauty is a demon and not a person. Although everyone knows about it, who knows how to use Google, at least a little, or has already read manga. Therefore, this discovery may be new only for those who get acquainted with this universe for the first time. Well, when all the preparations are over, the police and hunters know about the whereabouts of the criminals. The most interesting thing begins. The final battle in the basement of the building. There is a whole army of zombies from the first series. The 4th Special Squad enters the battle with him, which mainly consists of various monsters, among them a shark violence, of course, a spider where without him, well, and the angel's demon from the touch, with which you will lose years of life. After a little warm-up, like a dandy and a power goes in search of the main goal and are separated, Koyakova meets in Sabatari, who now controls the ghost, but not completely due to a past connection with Jamina. The monster tries to help Aki and lets himself be killed. So it's the turn of the blonde neck, who now belongs to the cabin. Power and Dandy ride the elevator further. The first one stays to fight the zombies, and the second one meets Katana and starts a fight with him. This time, the main character moves and fights much better, which allows him to fight back against the enemy. However, this is still not enough to fully fight with him because there is still very little experience, but by taking the Yakuza on weekly, the Dandy manages to temporarily stop his enemy by cutting him in half. By the way, he is also an immortal being due to the fusion of the heart with a demon. So what's next? And then Aki and Dandy mock the katana, and it was very pleasant for me to watch the smile of the eternally sullen and serious Hoyakawa. Nakima is already reporting to the management and reports that they now know about the location of the Demon of Firearms, after which the credits begin and the first season ends. As for me, the Chainsaw has a frisky start. We were shown the main character without beaten goals. He does not want to become the strongest, does not want to take revenge on someone, and so on. He just wants to massage his chest and make love. If you haven't watched it, I recommend it.